Yeah, it surprisingly was honestly very, very good. So as you can see by my man cave, I like Star Wars. You know, I have a freaking Star Wars there. I have Star Wars there. I also have Star Wars here. You know what? I'll show it to you. I have a whole freaking Star Wars fight happening right there. So as you can tell, I I really like Star Wars, and I recently just finished Cool, Skeleton Crew because it just finished last Tuesday, and I will say it was really good. I honestly really liked it for a Star Wars show that came out on Disney Plus. It was good. Like it's probably up there with like Andor and all that. It was good. It was really good. So I've seen all of the Star Wars shows. You know, every single one of them. Like if it was a Star Wars live action TV show, or if there was ever a Star Wars, like anything Star Wars related at all, there will be 100% chance that I probably watch it. So I've seen all of them. I've seen all Clone Wars, Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Ahsoka, even the freaking Acolyte. You know, all the Star Wars. I've seen it all because I am a Star Wars fiend, a Star Wars fan, and I'm a Star Wars even a stan, you can say. So I recently watched Skeleton Cool, and it was good. It felt it. I feel like this was a show that is kind of like made for anyone, like not Star Wars fans. I feel like anybody, like even if you like you have no idea who you have no idea what Star Wars is, like you don't even know who the hell Darth Vader is. I feel like you would like this show because it's just like a family adventure basically. Like it's a very like cliche, but in a good cliche way, show. So it follows these four kids, right? And they make progress making friends and all that, and they live on this planet called Aten. And this planet Aten was actually hidden from the entirety of like the Star Wars movies, right? It's hidden from it like ever since like the Old Republic. So it's a very old city, and this planet, along with a few other planets, were hidden from basically the entire galaxy, and it's always been the same ever since. And there's like no one can trace it, no one can find it. So there's a chance where it's like hidden with like a bunch of treasures and all that. And you know, if a pirate was to ever find this, it's basically over for them. They'll be rich because they use Old Republic credits, which is very, you know, it's like actual like treasure. It's like find like a gold coin or like a silver coin from the freaking Silver War ages of America. Like it's very unique. It's very old. So it is hidden from the entire world, and it feels like it's just Earth. Like it's really just Earth. Like there's like people walking, there's like school, there's like buses, bikes, kids having fun, in a Star Wars fancy way. So you follow Wim and Neil, right? And they are the two main protagonists, two of the four main protagonists, right? And Wim is someone who likes to explore. He wants to become a freaking Jedi. He wants to leave at it and just go explore things, right? You know, and uh, to get out of the story, I'm not gonna talk about the story that much, but it's like a cliche story. I think that the actors, like the children actors in here, were good. I think both Wim and Neil did pretty good. I didn't really like how Wim, it didn't feel like he was acting really good, but KB and I forgot her name. Hold up, I suck. I'm sorry. KB and Fern, they are there. I think Fern, like out of the four main protagonists, the four like kid, like four of the Skeleton Crew, I think Fern was probably like one of the best, you know, child actresses I saw on this show, with Wim being not the greatest, and obviously KB and Neil being, you know, decent. But I really like Fern's act in this entire show, like even from the beginning, even to the end. Like the ending, she freaking shined it. Like it was good. It was good acting. Uh, but yeah, back to it. You know, Wim and Neil, they were at school. They have to do like a big test. But Wim wants to like skip out of it because, you know, and then he finds like a ship, like deep down in the at Aten, right? And he was like, "Whoa, hold up! This is probably a ship that's like from outside, so we should go explore it. Maybe it's a Jedi temple." And so, you know, Neil and KB, not Neil, I mean Neil and Wim, they go down there with a lot of convincing Neil to go with him, and then they stumble upon KB and Fun, and basically they fight. They become, you know, after like exploring the ship and all, and like touching it, and then when they go in it, I think Wim like pushed the button that made the ship, you know, turn on, and then for some unknown reason the ship just started going, right, with Neil, KB, Fun, and Wim in it, and then next thing you know they fly off into passed the freaking barrier that keeps everything secure or keeps everything hidden. I don't know how they passed it. It's kind of crazy. But then, they're out there now, they're in the galaxy. Wim is so happy, also kind of scared because he pushed it accidentally and he was told not to. And then they meet this, like that robot companion named 33. I remember, I forgot what the first two letters were, but it was 33. And then next thing you know, boom, they're outside now. They went to hyperspace for some unknown reason, and now the entire show is to come back home and find Aten. I can get into the synopsis of every single episode, but that would take this video take maybe like an hour 45 minutes. I don't want to talk about it for an hour 45 minutes. I'm gonna keep it short. So after stumbling upon a planet, after like a lot of plans, they go into they find like a pirate planet. They have to find their way home, find something, and they went to jail because pirates. Am I right? After like a lot of things happening, and they meet this person named Jod. Now Jod is the main villain of the story. He is the antagonist of this masterpiece, you can even say. But yeah, it's Jod. You can tell just by looking at him. He's probably the main bad guy. He has force abilities. Wim is very cool about this guy because he has force, and whenever you think of the word force, you think of a Jedi. So he's probably a Jedi. So basically, Jod helps them escape, and they go back into the ship, and then the skeleton crew, basically like makes a deal with him to basically stick with him to the end, and then after like a couple like talking and getting used to him, they tell him that we are from this old Republic planet called Aten, and there was like so much going on, and then he knows Aten, so like his eyes went from helping these kids to dollar signs like freaking Mr. Krabs, freaking Eugene Krabs, and then he's like, hold on, Aten, hold on, isn't that the old Republic? And there's like so much gold, and then he gets dollar signs, and then he says like, okay, I'll help you. I'll help you get to Aten. I'll help you get home. So they went through all these cool adventures. They went to like a similar planet to Aten. They went to this lady who basically hates John, but will help the kids all the time. They went to this. They went to like a hotel, a spa. Like they went anywhere. It was an adventure. But throughout that story, you can tell that Jod is actually a bad guy, and he's just greedy for that money. So like given until like maybe episode 7, he turns his back on them, almost killing them. Then the skeleton crew are very mad at him, so obviously now Jod is basically just like holding them gunpoint to take them back to Aten. So they do that, a lot of stuff happening in the middle. I don't want to get into it because it's just, I don't want to explain it all. I can't explain it all, but I have to probably explain it in like 7 different videos. But all that happens and they go back home, obviously. Then Jod is, holding them gunpoint. He has a lightsaber now. Then he, he basically finds their parents, and then he also held their parents gunpoint, and then he goes to like the main like area of Aten, which is like a big droid, and then he kills it, which basically kills the Endowed Power, and then now he is stupid, right? And then next thing you know, boom, a lot of things happen, and then it just happens. Trying to think of it. Hold on, I'm trying to think of a way to say this. Yeah. So, the skeleton crew and them and the parents, they try and stop him. The next thing you know, boom, they stopped, and then the ending happened. So the ending was kind of weird. The ending, I'm not gonna explain the ending, but if you watch the show and when the last episode ended, you'll tell what I'm gonna say, because the ending, it kind of ended abruptly, maybe ended a little bit weirdly, because it just like boom ended, like they were like looking up and then boom, just ended like that. But maybe this is a show about, remember, this is a kids show. This is a show for children. But maybe the message was that, it's not about the destination. Maybe it was about the journey. The friends with me along. I don't know. But all in all, watch the freaking show. I'm not gonna, freaking give you a 2-hour synopsis of the entire show and breaking it down, giving you that freaking cinema wheels. I'm gonna watch this at 0.25 speed. I'm not gonna do that. But overall, it was good. It was a good show. I liked it. Jod was a pretty cool villain, I guess. Obviously he's not like the best. He's not like freaking Gus Fring, who's like the best villain known to man. But he was a good villain for a kid show. I feel like he was maybe in terms of a kid show, maybe he was a pretty good villain. Like I liked him a lot. His acting was good. Again, I think my favorite acting in this movie was both Fern and Jod. I think Fern and Jod were really good at acting in this show. The other ones were okay. They had that stereotypical, like kid show script and talking and all that. But Fern and Jod were like another level. Like it was cool. It was good. But I don't think anything else to say about this show. From maybe someone who's not really into Star Wars like I am would like this show, but as someone who's into Star Wars, it was good. Like it was pretty good. I liked it a lot. It was good for like a cool like little like an adventure. That's what the Skeleton Crew was. It was just an adventure about like a random planet with like an old Republic planet, and it's just a bunch of these four kids just adventuring the galaxy. And it was good. Like I don't got anything else to say about that. It was just a good show. Like there wasn't anything bad about it. I guess the only bad thing about it was that it was some points it was a little bit boring, but again, kid show. The fights in here, they were pretty cool for a kid show. Like the intro of this show was phenomenal. Like like when I watched the intro, I was like, wow, this is a kid show. I thought, are we watching the right show? I thought this show was PG, not PG-13 like The Mandalorian. But after that, it turns into like that cliche kid show. But my favorite Star Wars like show ever is Clone Wars, which is a kids show. Even though that show should not be a kids show, it should be a TV-14 show because of how masterful that is and like how insane it is for a PG show. But Skeleton Crew was good. I liked it a lot. Maybe if you don't know what Star Wars is, maybe you won't find it that cool. But if you are a fan of Star Wars, this is a pretty cool like a sideshow. Like if you wanna if you want to take a break from like the story and all that, you just want to watch like a cool Star Wars thing about like kids and four kids adventuring the galaxy and meeting up with friends and looking at the Old Republic thing. This show is good for you. It's good. But yeah, I watched it. Good. If I can rate it out of 10, I'll probably give it like a good 8 out of 10. Again, kid show. I keep that in mind. It's a kid show. Like if this was like a normal show, it wouldn't be the best. But since it's a kid show, it was good. I liked it a lot. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching.